Okay, we have some new steps that we are doing at the very beginning, the overture part of the song, which is linked below. And then we're gonna add our choreography that we've already done to that section. So look at the video from last week with our choreography to date. That will come into play after this. And we're going to do a little bit of free form. We will play around with this a little bit, but I will make it in a certain order today for you, from easiest to hardest, so that you can do the one that works best for you. We had a couple different steps. So we're working with toes in and toes out. So heels are together. And when you're doing that, make sure that you're not arching your back too much and you're not having your pelvis forward. Pretend like you're standing against a wall with your tail, your middle back, and your head close. Don't put your head back, but just stay as tall and stacked as possible. A little bit of a bend in the knee. We're just gonna pull our heels tight together and bounce, bounce, bounce. Or double bounce, 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 bounce. Hands can be on hips. That is option easiest, number 1. Next option is starting with toes together. These are all moves kind of based in Charleston. You're going to do out, in, bounce, out, bounce, in, bounce, out, bounce, in, bounce, out. Show you from the side. It looks like your toes lift up, out, up, in. Out, bounce, in, bounce, out, bounce, in, bounce, out, bounce, in. That's option number 2. We can do heels out and in, putting weight on your toes. Heels out with the knees kind of knocked together. In, you can have your elbows mirror your heels. Out, I'm lifting them up, up and out, up and in. Up, out, up, in, up, out, up, in. Option number 3. We can put this together and we can travel to the side. Toes out, heels out, toes out, heels out. Lift, so we're lifting, remember. So we're pulling heels together, pushing heels out. Pulling heels together, pushing them out. And how you do this is your weight is on the heel of one foot and the toe of the other. So heel on one, toe of the other. We won't go into great detail on that in this video today. You can also do toes together, heels together. Lifting up and over, up, out, out. And heels and toes, lift them up, lift them up. From the side it looks like up and down, up. Bounce, 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 toes, bounce, heels, bounce, toes, bounce, heels. Yet another option. Last thing we had, where the movement is coming from the hip, remember for all of these. So imagine those little hip joints like a little door. All the movement's coming from here to turn our whole leg, knees and toes. The other option was to stand tall on one leg, toe and knee in, toe and knee out, in and out. Remember this, we're standing tall on this leg. Don't let that hip come out to the side. Pull it underneath you and squeeze that tush. In, out, in, out, in, out. And we can do the other side. Out, in, and it's coming from the hip. So the whole thing turns. Those were all the options we came up with for the rotation of our heels, toes, knees, and hips. Another step that we did at the beginning was a sort of push step where we did step together, step, tap, step together with the bounce, step together, step, tap, step together, step. Then we pushed, push, and a push together, push, tap, push together, push, tap. You're looking to the side, and it's push together, push, tap, push together, push. Small steps make it easier to do quickly. This has a lot in it for balance. We're looking, we're doing dual tasking, we're changing directions, lots going on. It's good for these strong legs when we're doing all of this bouncing along the way. The last step that we did was a basic for a Charleston step. And what I'll do is I'll face kind of diagonally so you can see it. So stepping on the left, left, touch, right, back, right, touch, left. Forward, left, touch, right, backward, right, touch, left. Left, touch, right, backward, right, touch, left. Forward, left, touch, right, backward, right, touch, left. And you can see my arms are going opposite of my legs. Whichever one is in front, the opposite arm is in front. So it's just a little tap. Or you can turn it into a full flick kick. Left kick, right, and back right, kick, left. See how I'm kind of forward? I start with a little bend, and I'm dancing from here to keep my weight forward so I don't feel like I'm gonna fall over. So left flick, right, and a right flick, left. Reach the leg as you kick, really reach it. And kick, and kick, and kick. Those were our new steps to the new overture section, the first part of music. We will mix those up as we dance, but play around with all of them, and we'll put it all together into our final day. Have fun.